taken?
Yeah, this was at the airport. This was at the airport when I picked up the guys in the Stanley Cup. Yeah.
Was it heavy?
No, well, I was used to that. I had it in when we won, so I knew the weight. So it's I don't know. It's tough to say. It's not as heavy as it looks, probably.
And, your surname is maybe be complicated to Americans. So didn't you afraid that they will engrave your name incorrectly, like Adam Detmarsh, for example?
No, I think. Well, you get probably paper and you can A, B, so probably it was okay. And I think they did it right.
So, do you remember how did you find out that you would be a number 2 goalie for the Eurolanche? Did you make it to the NHL finally?
I was at the airport to go to vacation to Thailand, and I got a phone call from Michel Goulet, and he told me, get ready. Marc Denis got picked up by Columbus in the expansion draft. You're going to be our number 2. So get in shape, come maybe a little bit earlier in August to work with our conditioning guy, and it's your spot to take.
Mm-hmm. And do you remember on your first Eurolanche game?
Regular season?
Yes.
Yes, I remember we played the Washington the day before, and Patrick Roy beat the record of most wins by an NHL goalie. And I knew when he breaks the record, I will play the next game. That was set. So we flew to Columbus, slept there, and it was tough to fall asleep. And we started the game. First shot, I got scored on. That wasn't great. But then we won 5-1, and it was against Marc Denis, so the backup goalie the year before for Colorado. We played against each other, and we had the better team, that's for sure. But it was a great win for me.
But next game you got a shutout.
Yes, next game we played against Chicago in Chicago, and we won 2-0, I think. Yeah.
And how Patrick Roy welcomed you in the team, or what was your relationship? Because many people fans heard that he's really special in many ways.
Well, I knew him a little bit before from training camp. Then it's a little bit different when you play in the same team. But I got along great with him. Probably helped too that I spoke French. But we had a pretty good relationship. I mean, he helped me a lot. He gave me a lot of pointers. He taught me a lot of things that I could use, and they made me a better goalie.
And in the playoffs 2001, didn't you regret that you didn't play any game? And what was your how did you look on this that you couldn't play?
Oh, of course, I would have loved to play Game 7 in the Stanley Cup Finals, but that's the way it is. I mean, I was ready. I mean, I worked the whole playoffs. I worked really hard. Just in case something happened, I was ready to play. And I got, I think, 30 seconds against LA where I had to go in.
And do you remember, because I read these stats somewhere, but I don't know details. Why did you play 30 seconds? What was the context?
Well, they changed the rules by now, but back then we had a power. We were down 2-1, I think. We had a power play, and after a minute, our first power play was on the ice for a minute. There's a whistle, and instead of taking a timeout, Bob made a goalie change, and so I had to dress not too fast. And go in the net, so the first PP had a little bit time to rest.
And how do you remember on Game 7 from your vision? You sit on the bench like goalies today?
Yeah, exactly. It was the same thing, and you're nervous. Then we started winning. We were up 3-1 at the one point, and the last 5-6 minutes was just crazy. I mean, the whole stadium was so loud you couldn't understand each other on the bench anymore, and it was just a great feeling. I mean, you were counting every second and come on, let's get it over with. It was awesome.
And what was happening in the intermissions in the locker room? What was the atmosphere? Was there some talking from coach or between players, or?
Well, it's pretty much the same as the whole year. Coach comes in at a certain point, gives little pointers. A couple players say a couple words. That's not different than other games. But what's different is the focus of every player in the dressing room. I mean, you can see it if you go around and look in everyone's face. I mean, everybody's so focused that you knew once we were up, we're not going to lose this game.